Welcome to Gen X Slices. Now, the general in this longer slice has one of the most Gen X answers ever, responding to one of the woke movement's new rules. So, stay tuned for that.
Do you ever wonder what a Gen X thinks? Welcome to Gen X Slices.
Yeah. I'm not mad now. I was a little bit ago, but I'm not mad now. All right. There's all these things that come out, and there's so much bullshit that comes out on the internet. I almost can't. I got to get deeper boots. I got to get taller boots so I can wade deeper in the shit. I got to get those. What are those waders they have with the suspenders that come up to like right here that they use for? They go out in the swamps and they hunt ducks and shit. I got to get those. That's how much it gets to. It's up to fucking here. There's this thing came out that they're pushing. You know, Stanford had that deal. We talked about it a month ago of the list of all the words you can't use and things you can't say. Now they're pushing a fucking agenda. This is a true story. Now they're pushing things that human resources departments are going to start implementing at their leisure, I would assume, all over the fucking country on phrases and things you can't say because it's belittling to others. Now, there was like 15 of them, and they're all fucking bullshit. Every one of them just had to do with hurting other people's feelings. And I had to, I'm getting all scrambled in my fucking head here. I had to talk with, I did a podcast today, interviewing two kids from Generation Z. And all I did was ask, do you believe in things? Just give me your opinion. I don't need charts and graphs. Do you believe in these things? And what does this term mean to you and stuff? And one of the questions I asked was, do you believe, and I asked it in a roundabout, kind of a trapping sort of way, but I asked them, do you believe that there's certain things that we should not be allowed to say because they hurt people? And I'm not going to get into races and people that fly flags and minority groups. Let's just talk about fat kids, okay? Because I'm a big fat guy, so I can talk about fat people. Should we be able to walk up and tell a fat person they're fat? Should you just be able to walk up and go, you're fucking fat? You know, it hurts their feelings, makes them cry, stuff like that. And so should we have things we shouldn't tell people because it hurts their feelings? You know, they came up with a decent answer after a long pause, which means you're considering it. It means you're thinking about it. It means you're thinking, well, maybe it wouldn't be so bad to have some, let's just make people behave. If people aren't going to be kind, let's make them be kind. I don't know about you. I don't go out of my way to offend people directly. I don't walk down the street trying to find even people that I don't agree with, even people that I adamantly disagree with. I don't walk up to them and start making fun of them because of their beliefs and how fucked up I think they are. I don't, those things may come about in the course of an argument, but I'm not just trying to do it. But I want the right to be able to do it. It's my God-given right as in the United States of America. If I want to be an asshole, I get to be an asshole. You can't fucking legislate morality. You can't make people behave. They should, but you can't make them. You would want people to be kind, but you can't force people to be kind. You want people to be tender and loving and caring and compassionate, but you can't force them to do it. What if somebody's having a bad day? What if somebody's just having a really goddamn piss-poor bad day and they say some off-color comments in the heat of the moment because they're having a bad day and you piss them off? Now they're in jail? Or they got a fine or something like that? I mean, you can't do that. And I'm getting to what I'm saying in a roundabout sort of way. I'm getting to what made me angry today. And there's 15 things they wrote down, and they were all bullshit. They all had to do with people's feelings and shit. But one of them was that struck me was that, and this is filtering this filtering in towards human resources and companies and big organizations. Yeah, I'm trying to get up in my seat. I want to sit tall in the saddle when I'm addressing the nation. As one does. I don't agree with it, but they were targeting Generation X clearly. They were going after our age group because one of the things that stuck, in fact, it was the number one thing on their list of 15 things. Like, let's start with this shit right here. All you old fuckers, pay attention. It was, how did they say that? If you've done, wait a second, hold on. I got it on my phone. Hold on. No. Stand by, citizen. I was going to transfer this over. I ran out of time. I know. I was trying to do some shit, and I was talking with staff. I was talking with Lionheart. We got carried away, and all of a sudden we're chatting back and forth, and I looked up. I'm like, fuck, I got to hurry. Hang on. Let me find it real quick. I want to get it right. There it is. You're not allowed to say, oh, yeah. There was 3 or 4 variations of rule number 1. Back in my day, we had it worse than you because blah, blah, blah. And there were some examples. We're not allowed to say to other people, now hold on there. Back in my day, we had it worse than you. So we're not allowed. And the whole crux of it was that we're right. Now, I'm not talking about walking uphill both ways in the snow. All right, that's what we tell little kids just to fuck with them. Got that? No, they're talking about we're not allowed when crying, fucking, whining late millennials or Gen Z sit there and they're whining about this is an 8-hour work day, man. I show up 8 hours a day here and they want me to work too. I'm fucking here 8 hours a day, man. Isn't that enough? And then we come along with, hey, fuck off. I had to work 10 hours a day when I was 16. We're not allowed to say those things because we're right. We're not wrong. But it makes them feel bad. That was the number one thing on their list was no longer tell people, even if it's true, what you went through in your day. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't have any place in today's environment. Fuck off. It does too. It exactly does too. Just like the greatest generation, my grandfather, I'm complaining when I'm 16 and 17 years old. I'm bitching about doing all this work for a guy and not getting paid, and he's treating me this, and I'm late for that, and hurry up, and overtime, and trying to get shit done, and I'm complaining to my grandfather, and he waits till I'm done and says, well, let me know when you're carrying a rifle across Okinawa, like me and my buddies. Let me know when you're fighting for your life and for the country, 6,000 miles away on an island full of Japanese that are trying to kill. Let me know when you're having that kind of a bad day. Other than that, that was my day at 17 and 18. My grandfather, shut up. You shut your freaking mouth, man. What do you understand? It shut me up. I'm like, Okinawa, this is bad. I'm worried about dropping a 10-millimeter wrench and not being able to find out. The hardest part of my day was looking for my goddamn sockets, and just I'm bitching about, his hardest day was making sure his bayonet was sharpened on the end of his rifle so he could live through the night. Now it's my turn. Now, I don't have stories like that, but we're not allowed any longer to bring up that shit. We're not allowed to say what our life experiences were. We're not allowed to talk about our life experiences and offer them up to another generation. They found a way to go, no, that doesn't fit. It doesn't correlate. You're talking about what you did, what we're doing. Yours was, 30 years ago versus what we're doing now. It's totally different. It doesn't apply. Well, it was completely different when someone's talking about World War II and their day at 18 years old versus mine. And I didn't look at my grandfather and go, what does that have to do with anything? You were a soldier. You were in a war. I didn't dare come back and go, that doesn't apply. I didn't try. I'm getting all rowdy, knocking my shit around here. Another sound effect. It's in my head now, those fucking guys. I didn't belittle what my grandfather said, or any person his age. That's really the metaphor I'm going with. I didn't try to belittle what they were saying, because they were right. If someone older than me had a story like that, I didn't try to get around the story by, that doesn't fit, it doesn't quite, not the same thing. I love when kids say it's not the same thing, it doesn't apply. Yes, it does. It did for me back then. It does for them now. Only they're trying on a larger scale. They're saying, you can't say this anymore. You can't bring up your life examples. Your life experiences are yours. They're not ours, blah, 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 blah. And they're shutting us down at the core of what we're trying to. How do you pass along to a younger generation things that are important if you can't fucking talk about them? Of course they're going to hurt their feelings. What the fuck do you think we're saying them for? Of course they're going to upset the whiny crybaby. Why do you think we're saying it? We're trying to get you to get an emotional reaction. We're trying to get under your skin. We're trying to knock your dick in the dirt so you'll realize you're fucking up. You'll shut up and get back in the game. That's why we're doing it. Well, you can't do that. That's not correct behavior, and it's unkind, and it doesn't fit. Are you out of your fucking mind? Shut up. Yeah, you can see why I might be a little upset, because the conversation goes on. And the bottom line is that whatever life experiences you have, you're not allowed to pass them on if they make the other person feel bad. If the other person's going to be upset by your life experiences because now they're going to try to compare themselves to you and they can't compare themselves to you. That's not right. You should never make anyone compare themselves to anybody else. And that's just belittling to them. You should never make them compare this. No, I'm not. I'm not trying to have them compare themselves to me as an individual. Maybe I'm trying to make them have them compare themselves to a standard of conduct. How about that? How about just a regular, middle of the road, average, C-, a code of ethics, code of conduct, behavior, a standard. Why? Maybe they're not. I'm not trying to make you feel bad about to me. I'm just comparing you to everybody else who's doing the job this way. And yes, I'm trying to make you feel bad about that you're down here and you're not even up here at average. You haven't even risen to the middle yet. No. We can't do that. You don't want to be unkind. You don't want to upset everybody. Can't you tell they're already upset? We're already in the middle of a discussion. You coming along in the middle of this discussion and dumping on them how hard life really was and how good they have it. I mean, if you're telling these children today in their work environment, in their school environment, that today is very easy compared to what you were doing, and they're struggling with this, you're telling them that they're struggling with easy. And how is that going to help them? Well, that means that I'm pointing out that they're a freaking sissy. And they can't even do easy, let alone fucking hard. They can't even handle this bullshit. This is the gravy part of the job, and they're fucking whining. You're goddamn right I'm pointing it out. That's the whole thing. Stand up, wipe your fucking tears, get your ass back in the game. Let's go. That's what I'm trying to do. You know, I got myself all worked up earlier. I was pounding the table and knocking shit over, and I finally found a way to calm myself down. I thought, well, I'll just join Facebook tonight amongst my friends. There's just a few of us in here. We'll have a little conversation. I'll just politely hold my drink in my hand, and I'll pass it along. Hey, you know what happened to me today? And I'll just say a few words, and now here I am getting all worked up again. God, I wish I could drink. I wish I could fucking drink.